Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today for the Best Buy Canada plug-in blog, and this time I'm taking a look at something extra special. It's called the Meural 27-inch digital canvas frame, and the one that I have here is known as the floating light box design, which just means that the images almost have the appearance of hovering somewhat disconnected from the edges of the frame. It's kind of cool. But anyway, there are two other designs as well. There's a white frame and a black frame, just kind of standard frames, and these things are beautifully and solidly made of wood and other sturdy materials, and they're essentially large digital picture frames for artwork. And the one that I have here is also fairly heavy. It weighs just over 9 kilograms or roughly 20 pounds. And as we go through this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the 30,000 different image options that you have with this thing. But first, I just want to give you a good idea of what it looks like from the back and how you go about hanging it. It's essentially got a solid metal bracket that you screw into a stud within your wall, and then the frame just kind of sits in place on the bracket, either in landscape or portrait mode, whichever you prefer. And of course, since it is an electronic device, it does have to be plugged in, and it just works with the standard wall outlet, so you just have to kind of figure out how to hide that wire if that bothers you, or you can just leave it showing. It's totally up to you. Anyway, there's enough storage space for 2,000 images to be housed within the frame at any given time, with the maximum individual file size being 10 megabytes, and compatible image types include JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, and even MP4s. But anyway, through a special app that you can download to your smart device, it's just called the Meural app, you can go online and download enough different images to have a unique piece of art on your wall every single day for the next 82 plus years. That is just crazy. You're never going to be bored again with what's on your walls. Now, there are quite a few technical sort of data specifications to this thing, but aside from telling you that the frame offers a full HD quality IPS matte display with anti-glare for detecting light and amplifying color, as well as True Art technology, which I believe relates to the brightness of the images, which is adjustable, by the way. Other than giving you those basic specs, I'm going to leave most of the dry technical stuff out of the review, although I will say that this frame has a built-in ambient light sensor that adjusts to match the room's lighting for each individual image, and you might notice that it almost seems to kind of flicker at times when a new image loads in. But anyway, as for my favorite features of this thing, well, one of them is certainly the fact that this frame actually teaches you something in the form of brief sort of historical or biographical write-ups that are included with many of the works, and these are viewable either in the app or on the picture itself. You can choose, which way you want to see them, and it's almost like you're getting an art encyclopedia along with the beautiful works themselves. So if you're a student of art, or you want to be, or you're merely an art appreciator, it's really awesome to have access to this kind of knowledge. Another thing that many people will probably like is the fact that you can set up slideshows for your Meural frame, and there are 3 different slideshow modes, including random, sequential, and scheduled slideshows, so you can program what you want to have on display and when you want it to show. So that's kind of neat. And another option for moving between images is the feature whereby you can wave your hand in front of the Meural and the images will just sort of magically change right before your eyes. There are actually sensors within the frame that allow you to do this, although getting the hang of using the feature can take a bit of doing. I at one point was actually having significant difficulty getting the feature to work for me, and the next thing I knew, I was waving my arms around like a madman, which is not the impression you want to make if, say, you're hosting an art showing with one of these things at a public gallery or something like that. Though if you are an artist or a photographer and you do want to display your work in digital form with this frame, you can certainly do that. The Meural actually gives you the option to upload your own images anytime you like, just like a typical standard digital picture frame, and you can kind of set up little digital galleries to show your work off to other people. So it's really great for artists that may wish to do that. And as you can see from this clip that we're seeing right now, some artists are quite adept at incorporating movement into their works. I believe that this is the work of Bill Domonkos that we're seeing right now, and my apologies if I messed up the pronunciation of his name, as I'm not really familiar with the artist. But this stuff is certainly very visually interesting. What a great way to inspire conversation at a dinner party, having some of these pieces hanging on your walls. I love a good piece of art as much as anyone, and I've always wished that I could paint something myself. I also frequently get bored with looking at the same prints on my walls, and I'm always wishing that I could swap them out, but doing that as frequently as I would like to would just be enormously expensive. So the Meural digital canvas frame is the perfect solution to a problem that I didn't really consciously know that I had, and I just can't give it a strong enough recommendation. There may be some bugs to work out, but getting to enjoy these images has been great, and I'm sure that people are just going to love this thing. So that's where I'm going to leave it for now, but I do have lots more great stuff on the way. I just received my first virtual reality device from Best Buy today, so I'll have a review up of that in about 2 weeks' time. And I got a cool new fitness tracker here and some fidget toys and Marvel stuff as well, so lots more to come over the next few weeks. I hope you'll be back to learn all about them right along with me. By the way, right now we're looking at one of my own photos that I took a few years ago in Australia, and I've just never seen it so big before. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please give it a like or a share, and do subscribe as well to catch some of those upcoming reviews or my older stuff if you like. And as always, this is Leo Bond signing off. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Have an excellent day.